are thinking that you're stuck right now or confused about what your next year's goals are, you are in the right video because I want to help you really get into go mode before the year is out so that you can start stepping into the identity that has more money, has more power, has more peace, like you say you want right now and not later. And it's going to start with this one thing. Are you resisting growth? I said one thing, but one question. You get to answer that for yourself. Am I really resisting growth? Here's the thing, we can confuse being stuck and being confused, what I believe is actually resistance. And so I know you probably know this feeling of resistance, but I want you right now in this video to process whether or not you are experiencing resistance. Because resistance literally is our GPS of knowing which direction to take because it can be used to help us know that this is just an area to grow in. And I love using my dance background to help really get us in our body around how resistance feels. So if you've ever worked out, or ever done working out, whether you dance, been an athlete, whatever, resistance is when our body literally tenses up to a new move. And it tenses up because it's not used to being in that move. So it's actually our muscles contracting like, hey, what's happening? But when we breathe through it and we relax ourselves, suddenly our muscles know to like let go and relax into whatever the move is. And so in your life, your career, your business, I want you to ask yourself, where are you holding back? Where are you literally resisting growth, resisting, relaxing, and allowing yourself to stretch? Because what happens is our amygdala, this part of our brain that wants to keep us safe, can confuse discomfort with danger. I'll say that again. Our brain can confuse discomfort from danger. It's not the same thing, but it can feel the same way. And so our brain is like danger when it's really discomfort from stretching your identity, because that's what's happening when you desire to make more money, when you desire to have a promotion, when you desire to do something differently in your life. It is out of the norm. So when it's out of the norm, you're feeling discomfort with doing it. And so you're starting to resist. And you're resisting by either fight, flight, or freeze. You're doing some things, you're behaving in some ways that are key indicators to you that you're resisting the growth, because it's not danger, it's discomfort. And so when you think about resistance, I want you to consider, is there an area of my life that would be way easier for me to walk into if I would just relax and allow the process to take place? Now, here's the thing, I'll talk about this a lot, that you get to choose your heart. It's not that it's not hard, that is, to change. Is that it's also hard to stay the same because you're getting results that you don't like. So if you want new results, you're going to have to do that hard work of letting go, which is not as hard as staying the same, but in our mind, we make it up as if it is. But letting go and letting the process be completed by stretching yourself and taking the action that is aligned to the new thing that you say that you actually want. And so I want you to take some time to journal. Take some time to journal and really ask yourself, how am I resisting my growth right now? What are the things that I'm doing? What are the things that I'm saying? How am I literally avoiding growth right now? The answer to those questions are really going to help you know that this is not being stuck. This is choosing to be still, because there is some level of discomfort that you're feeling with the new action that you get to take so that you can have the life that you're not living yet. And when you're really committed to living a new life before the end of the year, any year, it doesn't matter, there is going to be some new steps that need to be taken. So let me just walk you through some ways after you've answered those questions for yourself that you can start chipping away at being resistant. And I'll use, again, things in our body to help us relate. So breathing. So I say that about dance, but I say that about regular life. When you find yourself getting all, survival mode up around the thing that you get to take a step on, I want you to breathe. I want you to relax all your muscles. And that is more of like a reactive tactic. But I want you to take some time throughout the day, all the time, to just relax your nervous system. Because whether we believe it or not, throughout the day, we're thinking about all the things subconsciously that we're afraid of, that we have to do. Like, our mind is always going. And so it's like, how can we get our body out of survival mode. We think it's just in our mind, but it's literally in our body. We probably feel aches and pains and all the things in our body all the time because we're not realizing how much we're holding this tension. So I want you to practice breathing. Some people do box breathing, which is, breathing in, holding it for some seconds and letting it out and doing it in equal second amounts around the clock. That's why they call it boxing. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, let it out for 4 seconds, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, let it out for 4 seconds. So this can just be a way to just help calm you. Or you can take walks. And I like sensory walks, like really walking and noticing the breeze, noticing what's around me, just doing things like that in small increments throughout the day to just practice keeping your nervous system on neutral. And that's going to keep you in a place of leaning toward positive emotion. And when you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to do a couple of things. You're allowing yourself to be calm in your body, to allow your brain to be calm enough to actually think clearly and not in a frantic danger mode about what it is that you actually desire to take steps out on in your life. And I want you to do that for yourself. So if you are feeling that tightness, if you're feeling that discomfort, I want you to practice getting your nervous system calm, asking yourself those questions. And then the last thing is really to take steps, to literally start taking steps. They're going to feel uncomfortable, but that's okay. You're going to be calm and you're going to take the steps slow in your own big baby step way. And so in my book, Get Your Life Today, in 7 Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business, I talk about taking big baby steps. And sometimes we resist because we think the thing is too big. It is too big to tackle. Oh my God. But what if you just did a little bit? It's big because it's still new, but it's a little bit every day. And when you're doing a little bit every day, it makes your nervous system less, the whole house is on fire about it. And so what is that small, big baby step that you can take that will help you start getting the momentum to the growth that you desire to see? This is just like when I talk about paying off my personal debt. I didn't have the $83,000, and that's probably why it took me 2 years to really commit to what I said I wanted to do, because I felt like it was so big. But when I was like, I'm just going to put an extra $50 on my debt, when I said I was just going to do an extra $100 on my debt, that made it feel easier, and I had less resistance because that didn't feel like the whole house was going to burn down and I can't live my life and I can't have a latte every now and then, right? Same thing with building my business. When I start celebrating, you know what? I just got a $1,500 client, or oh, I just got this $25K client. Like the numbers kept getting bigger and it kept feeling good. And so it makes it easier when I say I want a $100K client. And so when it comes to resistance, if we do these steps, it can help us not get rid of it for life, but we won't experience it as often and we'll actually see results in the thing that we desire to do before the end of the year, because we're not looking at it as something's wrong and I'm not supposed to do this thing. It's not that. This is the sign that you are supposed to do the thing that's on your mind. You are supposed to walk through it. You're just supposed to allow your body to relax, your mind to relax into the process. That doesn't mean move slower. It does mean be more intentional about how you approach it. If you like this video, then you'll love my main character energy playbook. Go ahead and click below, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.